I'm Libby Armstrong from Winston, Georgia. This quilt was made sometime around about 1960, 1961. It was made by a friend of my grandfather's, Mrs. Nell Mansfield. She lived in South Atlanta, and she and my grandmother grew up from girlhood and were best friends until they both passed away. The quilt is very unique in the fact that my grandfather passed away in 1959 at the age of 57. So that was quite a shock to all of us as a family. I was 6 years old at the time, and I thought he was the greatest man on earth. He still is to me. The quilt itself was made because of his youth. There were so many flower arrangements that were brought to the service at that time in '59. These are made from the satin ribbons that were actually on the flower arrangements when my grandfather passed. This is only one of, let's see, there were 5 quilts made. As the oldest grandchild and granddaughter, I received one and my sister received one. She's 15 months younger. My aunt received one and my grandmother received one, and then Miss Mansfield kept one. The stitching is all hand stitching. She tied it, and the backing is also a satin or silk type fabric. It doesn't have a whole lot of batting to it. It's got some stains and wear because, not being a quilter, I didn't take a whole lot of good care of it to begin with. It's been in a cedar chest and different places, but now I tend to treat it a little bit nicer. And again, it will go to my daughter and then to my granddaughter, and it's just a very special thing for me to remember him. I can remember in kindergarten, he was my show and tell. So again, his name was John Henry Shellnut, and we lived in the Atlanta area, and this is my quilt.